Hi everyone, welcome to Civilization. Actually, you've probably been living in a civilization for your entire life if you're watching this. So, what is it? Why have different peoples formed civilizations? There are traits that all civilizations have. To avoid any confusion, civilization discussed here is different than the modern idea of behaving in a civilized manner. So, it's not about queuing or standing in line, manners, or attending cultural performances. The first civilizations formed in Africa and Asia. Before civilization, people were often moving to find sources of food along rivers. And free Wi-Fi. Wait, there was no Wi-Fi back then. Fresh water, not Wi-Fi, was especially important as it was impossible to live without drinking. But it also provided food, transportation, and protection from enemies because rivers are harder to cross than land. People migrated from Africa through the Middle East and then throughout the world, settling near water in search of the best places to live. And so water was also important for another discovery that led to civilization: agriculture. Agriculture, you might call it farming, was discovered independently, and it was the start of the earliest civilizations in Africa, Asia, and the Americas. Successful civilizations provided food for everyone and stayed in the same place. After all, moving farmland isn't possible, and even now, moving is never fun. To protect the farms and the people, civilization built cities. Walls kept out enemies and cities sheltered people. Cities were able to grow larger as farms fed more people. Civilization also created specialized jobs. Before, it was everyone's job to hunt and gather food, but farmers could just grow food for everyone, which allowed other people to do different jobs. Specialized jobs are another characteristic of civilization. When everyone made tools and hunted and gathered, technology advanced slowly. With people in specialized jobs, those that only made tools, art, buildings, writings, and so on, became much better at them. Writing. Writing is another important characteristic of civilization. With writing, civilizations were able to pass down information to other generations to build upon. Writing was able to put laws in stone, but often in clay, so that these laws could be recorded for everyone to see. Laws and government also were a characteristic of civilization. They tried to make rules for cities that made life more peaceful. The Code of Hammurabi is the most famous set of these laws and is one of the oldest pieces of readable language on Earth. The Code of Hammurabi has 282 laws about property, relationships, and work, with punishments depending on social status, slaves, or free people. Many ancient civilizations had slaves, and they were often captured during wars with other cities. Within civilizations, there was a social structure that defined how people acted with each other. Slaves, farmers, merchants, artists, religious leaders, and royalty all had different rules on how to talk to each other, or if they could even talk to each other at all. People and civilizations shared common cultures. Culture is many things: people's language, dress, arts, food, manners, and beliefs that are all common among the group. Cultures develop naturally. Everything is built on what others have done before, and climate and environment also influence culture. Artists create art by looking and learning from art and artists around them. Food choices come from what is available in the area. Clothes are created to be practical in the weather, and social media if there was free Wi-Fi. Oh, yeah, there was still no Wi-Fi. Belief systems were also created within civilizations. Beliefs about ideas like nature, seasons, flood, and drought were part of a civilization's culture, and these stories often were called myths. Myths told stories about how life on Earth began, why the sun rises, and even what happens after death. These systems also tried to teach people about what was thought to be good behavior. Things like listening to your parents, cleaning up after yourself, and not stealing your neighbor's Wi-Fi. Well, more like not stealing in general. Belief systems created rituals for life events like birth, adulthood, marriage, and death, as well as rituals to create good fortune, better health, and even tried to make it rain. These belief systems were very powerful. They gave people feelings of being in control, a sense of purpose, and being part of something larger than themselves. These belief systems could also cause disharmony. They sometimes hurt people, and they didn't always tolerate new ideas. Civilization started when many people were able to grow their own food. So they stayed together in one place and then created ways to keep many people together peacefully. The traits of civilization once again are cities, specialized jobs, writing, laws and government, social structure, art and culture, and a belief system or religion. Throughout the world, different groups have used these same ideas. Even where you live today has these 6 traits. Goodbye for now. Thanks for joining us.